is enough said.
What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Guys, I know it's Monday, but you know how I feel. Every day we wake up, it's a great day. So if you're awake, if you're doing your day, go ahead and show some positivity and love. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, because we're pushing to 6,000 subscribers. Now together, join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. You guys, look, it's been a real heartbreaker of a season, I'll be honest. Being a Miami Heat fan is not easy, especially these days. You had a very mediocre season, very awful season, but not awful enough to contend for a great lottery pick. You're stuck right there in the middle. Jimmy Butler drama, a bunch of losing streaks, a big 10-game losing streak, but you saw a few bright spots, seeing this youth movement getting together. Now, a lot of us were hoping that by the Miami Heat making the playoffs, they're not only keeping the protections for the 2026 and 28 picks, but they can also contend a little. We were wrong. The Heat got demolished by Cleveland in Game 3. Now, Game 4 is tonight. So if this is the final game of the Miami Heat season, I just want to thank everybody for sticking with me and riding with me through this whole time, because I know it's been tough. But I'm a believer. I may be delusional, but I'm a believer. I still feel that the Heat can win this game, especially with how they got embarrassed in Game 3. You know, it'd be great if Miami can come out tonight and punch Milwaukee in the mouth. I said Milwaukee. Wow. Punch. Hope they can punch Cleveland in the mouth and try to get the dub tonight. But, you know, chances are the way that this series has been going, you guys, it's probably going to end tonight, maybe even in Game 5. But I'm praying, man. I'm hoping for a Heat win. I'd love to see that. But the person that I want to talk about today, you guys, in this episode, I know some haters are going to be like, oh my God, another rumors episode. Well, you know, guys, I always tell y'all, when there's something going on with the Miami Heat, I always want to let you guys know. And this episode is going to be about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why am I talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, you guys? Well, Milwaukee's been going pretty bad. It's been a really tough playoffs for Milwaukee. They lost again to the Indiana Pacers, and they got blown out 129-103. Milwaukee's currently down 3-1. They got Game 5 tomorrow. So Milwaukee needs this win. Now, a big thing before the playoffs was Damian Lillard was out with a blood clot. He actually came back. Game 4 goes down with a non-contact injury, and it's feared to believe that Damian Lillard is most likely torn his Achilles, which, when you tear your Achilles in the end of April, you guys, it's over. Damian Lillard, you guys, is probably not going to play next season. Still has a whopper of a contract, though, playing him for the next few years, so Milwaukee's going to be in a hole. They've also made some bad trades over the years, especially when they traded for Damian Lillard, trading a guy like Drew Holiday. Haven't really been right since. Lost last year to Indiana, down 3-1 Indiana again this year. So it looks like this Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard build just isn't the right build. Wasn't the right trade for Milwaukee to do. Now, my thoughts and prayer go out to Damian Lillard. I'm not going to be that asshole on this channel. It's like, oh, thank God we didn't trade for Damian Lillard because he tore his Achilles. Could have done that here. I don't wish any ill on any player or any person that's trying to make the hustle. You know, I respect them. I respect what they're trying to do, and I wish a speedy recovery for Damian Lillard. But, you know, writing's on the wall. A 36-year-old that tears his Achilles with the way that he plays, it's probably not going to come back as the same player. So this really sucks for Milwaukee fans. But one thing that this is going to do is create a lot of buzz for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, Giannis did an interview earlier this season where he said that he wouldn't ask for a trade from Milwaukee. But then the day after, Shams Charania reported that if Milwaukee doesn't go far in this playoffs, Giannis is looking to get out. And right now, you guys, Giannis has 2 more years left on his contract after 3 more years in his contract after this year. He's making $54 million in the 2026 season, $58 million in the 2027 season. He also has a player option for $62.7 million in the 2028 season. I mean, right now, you guys, Giannis is 30 years old. He's one of the best players in the NBA. You know, this season he averaged 30.4 points a game, 12 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 60% from the field. Not the best free throw shooter, but you know what he brings. He dominates. He dominates you guys, and anywhere he goes, he's going to be a great fit. And why do we bring up the Miami Heat? Well, we know that the Miami Heat are going to be players this offseason, especially with the way that we played. What have I been saying for months now? Look at this team. 8th seed team. First 10th seed team to make the playoffs in the play-in tournament. This is a scrappy fighting team. This is the team that can make some noise. But they just need that superstar level player. You insert Giannis Antetokounmpo in this roster, they become a contender. But as much as I want it to happen, Heat fans, as much as I would love for Giannis to come to the Miami Heat, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I know people aren't probably going to watch this episode this far because the moment they hear Giannis to Miami, they're going to get turned off. I really don't think it's going to happen, you guys. As much as I would love for it to happen, it's not going to happen unless you give Milwaukee the right piece. This is a guy who is a game changer. And the reason why I've been mentioning Kevin Durant as a possible person that we could trade for, he's on an expiring contract. He's 36 years old, not 38, as people have been mentioning in my comments. 36 years old. He turns 37 next year. It works because you may not have to give up the farm, and he expires after one season, so it's not a huge risk. With Giannis, you're going to have to give up the farm. And honestly, you guys, there's going to be teams in the market this offseason. Houston is going to take a crack at this guy. Houston, they're down from Golden State right now 2-1. It's because they're lacking experience. You put Giannis in Houston, instant title contenders. You also have Oklahoma. Oklahoma has a plethora of young assets and draft capital. If Giannis becomes available, they're going to be teams that are going to go after him. Giannis can say that he wants to come to Miami, but look at what happened with Damian Lillard. He said it was Miami or nothing. Still didn't come here. So if Miami want to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, you are going to have to give Milwaukee a lot. And the reason why I'm feeling like I want to trade for Kevin Durant is because you don't have to move Tyler and Bam. I think Tyler and Bam are great pieces to this team. You just have to get that superstar level player next to them. If you're trading for Giannis, you will have to give up either Bam or Tyler. Most likely it would be a package involving Tyler Hero, maybe Andrew Wiggins, Terry Rozier, or Duncan Robinson, maybe one of those players. You have to include young assets like Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Kel'el Ware. Not all of them, maybe some of them, hopefully not Ware, but you may have to give up a package of like Ware, Tyler, Jaime, Wiggins, or Rozier, or Duncan for cap fillers. And then you're going to have to give up multiple first-round draft picks. The Heat have their 26, 28, 29, 30, 31. So you can include multiple first-round draft picks, but because of the Seppian rule, you can't include back-to-back picks. So you can do like 26, 28, 30. So is that good enough to get you Giannis? I think it is, but there's going to be teams that are going to provide better offers. So the Miami Heat, what they need to do this offseason, you guys, is try to go for somebody that's not going to go after because other players are going to be available. Let's say if Ja Morant becomes available, Giannis becomes available, Anthony Edwards, doubt it, but, Nikola Jokic. Let's say multiple players become available. Well, teams are going to go after these players, and it might leave Kevin Durant available, and we can strike while the pot is hot. So that's what the Heat are going to need to do this offseason. They're going to have to wait and see who becomes available after these mega hits. Because to be honest, you guys, the Heat are not just going to have the assets and the picks that some of these other teams are going to have. But let me know what you think in the comments, Heat Nation. Do you think that the Miami Heat can actually land a Giannis Antetokounmpo? Would you be okay giving up an offer like Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez, maybe Duncan Robinson, and multiple first-round draft picks? Yes, Kel'el Ware is our starting center, but guys, if you bring Giannis Antetokounmpo on this team with Bam Adebayo, and if you're able to, you could bring back Davion Mitchell and you're able to add some pieces around that, or maybe you can make a trade where you're keeping Bam and Tyler. Maybe it's an Andrew Wiggins, a Duncan Robinson, Jaime, Ware, Jovic, multiple first-round draft picks just to go ahead and throw a bunch of expiring contracts and assets. The reason why I say Tyler Hero, you guys, let's remember, he's from Milwaukee. It makes a lot of sense. Milwaukee would probably prefer Bam. That's another idea. Giannis is way better than Bam in my opinion, so I'd be okay with doing that. But it's going to have to be either Bam or Tyler. I don't think the Heat are going to be able to make a trade without offering one of those guys. So let me know what you think in the comments, Heat Nation. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe as we continue our push for 6,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for the continued support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.